Doo. I like them big. I like them chunky. I like them round. I like them plumping. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, look, biggest Mikey. It's been so bloody long since I've seen you, sir. How are you? Oh, he's uploaded a video. He premiered a video. It's an hour and 10 minutes long. You're worse than Alex at this point, Mikey. Good Lord. Oh, well, let's have a look at the comments. Oh, look, there she is. Foodie Beauty. How are you, darling? Oh, she seems pretty mad. Somebody get this lady 2 gallons of ranch with ice cream and Skittles stat. You have a messed up obsession with me. Yes, that's clearly the issue there, Foodie Beauty. You need help. Really? The man who's been losing loads and loads and loads of weight over the last year or 2 years, he needs help, does he? Really? I am sorry you hate yourself. I don't think that he hates himself. I think he's trying to improve his life. Therefore, return a bit of love to him. All you are is another obese person. You are not one to be throwing around the O word there. Yes, considering that you look like a giant O. All you are is another obese person who loses a few pounds. He's lost quite a bit of weight there, chunky face. Who loses a few pounds, adopts a holier-than-thou attitude. Pot kettle, Chantal! Good grief! Adopts a holier-than-thou attitude and is trying to dick ride like all the other unoriginal, boring-ass reaction channels. Whose Willy is being ridden here exactly? Who's Willy? Foodie Beauty. Well, I don't believe Biggest Mikey's ever ridden a Willy. That said, we know a video where you rid a homeless man's Willy. And to use the term reaction channel, I don't think you know what a reaction channel actually is. That's unsurprising. A lot of people on this platform don't actually know what a reaction video is. A reaction video is when you sit down, you watch something, and you react. Biggest Mikey, people like Alex, we do response videos that are heavily researched, scripted, and a lot of editing and effort goes into them. Do not confuse filthy reaction channels with ours, except yours is bullying. Do you feel bullied, Chantal? Does the chunky man of colour make you feel intimidated? Except yours is bullying and has been striked. Oh, Chantal, dishing out the false flags. You can't handle criticism. Look in the mirror. Well, at least he can fit in the bloody mirror. Before judging anyone, my friend, you just judged his pants off. Good Lord. And look, you've been ratioed. Well, Chantal, I wasn't going to make another response to you for quite some time. But now you've drawn my attention. And seeing as you chose to delete your community post where Alex responded to you with quite a bit of logic, I'm going to reread what he said, and then we're going to give Biggest Mikey a little call to have a conversation with him before we get into your most recent content. I deleted my last post, just like this one, because I don't want those douchebags. Language, Foodie Beauty, language! To get more attention, which is clearly what they want. They want a reaction because when I post rants, or anything really, they immediately copy it and distribute it around their little circle jerk community, which is interesting because you delete any comments that call you out there, Foodie Beauty, and have material for days. I am just sick and tired of these quote-unquote former fatties. I think she's talking about you, Biggest Mikey, or obese people who lose a few pounds and take on this holier-than-thou attitude. You already said that, Chantal. You talk about being unoriginal, but you basically repeat your comments in your community tab. And feel it gives them the right to judge another's journey. Well, I'm sorry, Chantal, but that's how life works in general. You don't need to post videos on the internet for people to judge you. I can promise you now that if you were to take a walk down a high street anywhere in the UK, I imagine quite a few places in Canada or the United States, A few people are gonna have some snarky comments for you, chunky butt. I'm just sick of these former fatties or obese people who lose a few pounds and take on this holier-than-thou attitude and feel that it gives them the right to judge another's journey. They treat us like we are guilty of moral ineptness, calling us liars while considering that you and Amberlynn Reid both have faux weight loss channels while simultaneously uploading mukbang videos, and you have both been shown to lie multiple times in your videos too, and you consistently and constantly delete your own comments and other people's and dish out the false flags. Yes, you are a liar. Focus on your own journey and stop using others for views. No! No! I have too much fun poking fun at fatties like you. Try vlogging. No, vlogging is boring. Or do a effing mukbang. No, because I don't want to be a great giant freaking heifer lump like you, Foodie Beauty. Rant over. And then everybody's favourite Alex, irate Alex, shows up in the comments. Focus on your own journey. What journey are you on? Presumably to an early grave, judging by your size. Oh, shade Alex, good lord. Do you not understand why so many make responses to you in ALR? Your attitudes towards criticism, your behaviour, the stories you've told in videos, presenting yourselves as weight loss channels. Terrible spelling there, Alex. Channels 1 minute, the next a mukbang. False flagging, particularly from you. This is why none of these channels apply heavy criticism towards Hungry Fat Chick mostly. She doesn't act like a lol cow. Which is actually quite true, believe it or not. She doesn't present herself as anything other than what she is. She doesn't abuse a flagging system. You responded in an amicable manner to Omegon. Why is any other creator's response to you different? You mentioned the word circle jerk, yet all I see in the response to this are comments from people who are pro-you. Is that not a circle jerk? An echo chamber to reinforce your inability to receive criticism. I'll be surprised if you don't delete this comment, to be honest. Well, she went one step further and deleted her bloody own comment, didn't she? Well, I've got an idea. Let's give Biggest Mikey a call.
Who the fuck is this?
Biggest Mikey, hello darling, how are you? What have you been up to lately? Listen, I saw your video on everybody's, mine included, favourite hippopotamus YouTuber.
Oh, Lord Bear, yes, it has certainly been some time, old chap. And you're certainly right about our Floptimus. It appears just my mere presence of 3,000 subscribers and only 4 reaction videos really did appear to ruffle our Flobby Bobby's maple leaves, indeed.
Fantastic! Congratulations on the weight loss, you cheeky former fatty, you, with your holier-than-thou attitude. Listen, Mikey, is there anything my favourite Big Mama has been up to lately? I feel like a good old fat video coming on.
Oh, well, nothing out of the ordinary for Floptimus. You know, the same old usual tripe, you know. Videos of mukbangs, making community posts, promising to not share any personal stuff about our health journey, and then reneging on those promises, and then deleting more community posts, and the odd threat of copyright strikes for reaction channels, and then gaslighting numerous amounts of people about a supposed hysterectomy that's supposed to be coming up, but then on the day of the hysterectomy, and all of a sudden random cancellation. I don't know, I mean, I'm forever a skeptic. But who knows these days? And let's not forget, she'll never miss a moment to tell her own audience or the rest of the world how much she likes to shit out her mukbangs.
Oh, happy days! Well, good talking, Mikey. Congratulations again on the weight loss through hard work. Keep at it. It looks like I'm going to need my harpoon ready.
Well, your lordship, I would like to thank you for your most gracious compliments. It was most certainly a bit of hard work and dedication and lots of soul-searching there. I do want you to be careful with those harpoons now, especially with the pointy end.
But before I go, Mikey, my dearest.
Yes, sir?
Listen, I've depleted my stock of Gardener Americans. How much do your people cost? Can I purchase them in bulk at all?
Oh, your lordship. you can most certainly purchase these nuts in bulk. You limey fuck.
Well, that wasn't very nice. I was simply trying to ascertain the possible cost of some labor that I can keep indefinitely. So sensitive. Well, let's take a look at Chantal's most recent content. Wow, that turnaround though, which is surprising given the circumstances of such a lady. Look at that! An update, then a mukbang, another mukbang, then packing for a hospital trip, which I assume involves mostly stuffing bags and bags of fries into a suitcase. The next day, in scrubs, in the hospital, on the ward bed, but it was cancelled. I wasn't aware hospital beds had weight limits. And then immediately, the next day, back out on the street for several buckets of cankle-creating, chin-inducing, gravity-pulling, sweaty, greasy food. Which I wouldn't mind, but it's very clear you checked yourself out because hospital food sucks, and the suitcase full of fries was merely a road snack on the way there. This woman is insufferable. I'm not entirely sure how to deal with her moving forward at this point. Do I just respond to one or two of her videos? Do I beseech Her Majesty to take back Canada? It's not the colony I wanted, but I do like the idea of armoured battle moose. I know! I'll call an expert on the subject. Someone who has been keeping a close eye, which means standing approximately 100 meters away from her. Someone who knows exactly what he's talking about. Now, where did I put my phone?
Hey, what up everyone? Welcome back to my car mukbang. We got a lot of McDonald's here in front of me. As you can see, I put a lot of time and energy into this content, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. And without further ado, let's get started. Beauty Bite. Who's calling me right now? I don't recognize this number. Hello?
Michael, darling, how are you today, sir?
Who the hell is this?
I beg your pardon, Michael. It's me, Lord Bear, the Alpha and Omega, slayer of chunky mukbang channels, possessor of all the harems.
Who?
Oh, for Lord Bear's sake, I rate Alex's obnoxious, aristocratic friend, kinda.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? How did you get this number anyway?
Never mind that, Michael. What's important is that I was able to contact you. Reverse charges may apply, international call, you understand. Now, listen, Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty, had a wee crack at Biggest Mikey recently, and I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Go ahead, ask away.
I've made a few videos and took part in a couple of collabs with our favourite Moist Lord, who isn't really a lord and thus should be arrested, Omegon, covering both ALR and Chantal. Tell me, Michael, how in my holy name do you maintain the patience to put up with these chunky mummies?
How do I maintain my patience with Chantal and ALR? Well, I think it's years of having an iron stomach, practicing for this glorious occasion. And also, I keep a lot of rosé on hand.
Well, you're a stronger man than I or Alex, sir. So, what has Foodie Beauty been up to lately? And in your opinion, how do we finally stop both Chantal and Amberlynn? How do we stop them and get them to realize just how toxic they are? Not only to themselves and their own health, but towards family, friends, along with their audiences.
How do we stop them from being so toxic? I think the only way, honestly at this point, I'm not really too worried about Amberlynn Reid and Chantal as their own person. They've decided that this is the life they're going to live. My only thing is that I feel that we should have a counter narrative out there of people talking about how living a lifestyle of overconsumption like this in every aspect of your life is not beneficial to you and is not going to ever give you any kind of real fulfillment in your life. So my concern is for people who are also morbidly obese like they are, and they think that, oh, let me get on camera and let me eat a bunch of food and that's going to make me feel really good about myself, because it's not. Because being that fat and being that overweight and being that unhealthy isn't fun. And this is coming from someone who's been there and is actively trying to get out of that predicament.
Well, it certainly seems like we have our work cut out for us, doesn't it? Michael, has ALR ever engaged in false flagging just as Chantal has?
Has ALR ever gotten into false flagging? I do not believe so. I think that is a Chantal Foodie Beauty only thing. She likes to claim that she's being bullied, but she's the one who's always on here actively doling out threats, trying to take people's hard work away from them. That's a Chantal only thing, and in many ways that's why I find Chantal to be a little bit more insidious than Amberlynn Reid. Amberlynn kind of understands the YouTube game. She gets the clickbait, she gets the thumbnail thing. She also understands that our channels existing and doing these commentary on her kind of gives her more views too. So I think she understands the whole game. Chantal's peanut brain can't seem to understand that, and she immediately goes to trying to get people's channels taken away from them or cry bully while actually out here intimidating people. I mean, she literally threatened life of a free spirit.
Right. Well, personally, I think it's disgusting how Chantal flags other creators who are very clearly trying to convince her to lose the weight so she doesn't die early. I do enjoy a spot of tough love. It's why beating the wenches when they've been naughty is one of my favourite pastimes. Oh, one more thing, Mr. BePetty. Alex used to have something he called a minge meter. It was effectively a kind of music video cinematic sketch he would play to make fun of various politicians. I'd like to do something similar, sir. I don't want to call it a mukbang meter. What would you suggest?
I do like the idea of mukbangs. You can call them die with me's. I enjoy die with me's as well. A musical aspect to the whole mukbang community is something that I would love, and if I had the talent to, I would do it myself. So more power to you.
Well, thank you, Michael. It was an absolute pleasure, sir. Now, if you'll excuse me, I might have to drag Alex into this. Cheerio!
Well, it's nice talking to you, Lord Bear. Until next time, toodles.
Well, he seemed just lovely, didn't he? Now, if only we can get Zachary to follow us on Twitter too. That said, I think Michael may have misinterpreted the purpose of a minge meter. We don't make our own music. We're a commentary channel. We're YouTubers. We don't have any natural talent. That said, Mr. BePetty did give me an idea for a little something something, as they say. Yes, I has an idea, but I need time to whip Alex so he can make it. Oh, I know. Whilst we put Alex to work on what we shall call the mighty Mukbang Marathon Master Track, let's dive into the ocean. Let's go see Omegon and have a bit of fun playing with the Moist Lord. I would certainly be interested to see what he has to say about Chantal's rebuttal to biggest Mikey. Yeah. Here we go. Dive!
On my way up here, I couldn't help but notice a rather gobby floating head, speaking in a rather extreme version of my language.
Hey, that's
so I thought
me.
it wise to stick him in a cage
Well, that's
and
rude.
throw him into one of the darkest corners where he can proceed to argue with Poffit and Geek.
Poffit smells
When I did
of
that,
wee.
he asked if I could do him a small favour. He asked me if I could speak about Chantal, someone I had thought was, well, dead. To be honest, I thought she was
thought she blew
gone.
up.
After all, she was on my channel, done, dusted, toasted, and fully monetized. Thank you. But little did I know, in the 3 months since, she's been a busy girl, bit androgynous. Anyway, the request was to cover one incident, and I thought it wise to address it, even though I have partially covered something like this in my own videos anyway. But this does afford me an opportunity to shill Biggest Mikey, who I took the opportunity of reaching out to, courtesy of that gobby floating head. Be quiet. Turns out Biggest Mikey has had an incident with Chantal, and I thought it right to retell the story so I can rehash a point, a very clear point. Biggest Mikey decided not so long ago to come back to YouTube after ditching his formerly anti-SJW skeptic style content and his old podcast to throw his 2 cents into the commentary sphere that concerns the rather obese ladies. He felt that he could carry some weight with his words and merit, since he was once a 500-pound man who has bothered to put in the effort and the grind to lose 170 pounds and continues to lose weight to this day. Do keep up the good work, Mikey. It will all be worth it. He found himself a bit on the annoyed side by these big girls that actively go out of their way to promote dangerous obesity by mukbanging on camera, so released a few videos of long-form podcast-style reactions to both Foodie Beauty and Amber Lynn over a span of a few months. And it was in the most recent one, called Foodie Beauty and the 7 Deadly Sins, that he found himself in Chantal's recommended sidebar, which led to a little exchange. This exchange. Now, Mikey has informed me he found it to be quite amusing, but it wasn't until he got home that he was informed by his fiancée, Twitter friends, and other people adjacent to the hater community. I'm not saying the other word. And had numerous screenshots of Chantal's community tab that had a screenshot of his YouTube profile page demanding her followers actively strike down his channel for bullying and harassment. Understandably, he finds the funny side in this. I do not. Chantal, typically, in the style that is Chantal, lacked the spine and conviction to keep such a post on her channel and admitted she had deleted it because she doesn't want to give the douchebags any more attention. Well, since his channel has grown from 1,000 to 3,500, let's hope we can get him some more. We've got to give those haters some nourishment. Not too much, he's cutting. Chantal continued by indicating that Mikey has an unhealthy and messed up obsession with her. And it should be noted, her comment is still pinned on his 7 Deadly Sins video, which will be, by the way, linked below by the gobby floating head that I'm going to eject from my submarine in a few minutes. Now, I do not tolerate those that go out of their way to false flag another person. I say this with a level of conviction, one that I have proven many times. I have never flagged and will never flag. To encourage and incite in the way you did, Chantal, is astonishing. You are a reactionary person, complaining unironically about those who have done reactions to you. You are impulsive, and you lack any kind of mental capacity to conceive of a possibility where you might be in the wrong or your emotions are controlling you. It is why you are going to lose every single fight you have on the internet. It's why you're going to lose a lot of in real life ones away from YouTube, where you lack the conviction to see things through. Do not abuse the tools at hand. Your channel's dying anyway. It would not be wise to attack anyone else, especially those who have a legitimate and experience-led criticism of what you do. Now, if you'd excuse me, I am going to go and throw that floating gobby head out of my sub. If you hear a sound, it's just him being ejected. Don't bother coming to my channel and subscribing, I'm boring. Go subscribe instead to Mikey. Thank you.
Omegon? How could you? Poffit doesn't have any teeth and he smells like wee. Omegon? What are you doing, Omegon? Ow, 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 get off me! What are you doing? Oh, no, don't, no! dirty, false Lord Cthulhu-kin spaghetti monster-looking demon of the deep. I don't know what's worse, being locked up with Poffit, that disgusting no-teeth having alcoholic, or being flushed down the lavatory, but at least he got his point across. Now, I believe I promised some kind of music video. Well, if you want to see it, you'll have to subscribe, smash like, and wait. It won't be anything like a Minge Meter, but rather a Lord Bear diss track on Foodie Beauty. Apparently, Alex isn't quite urban enough to put together some lyrics, apparently, so you'll have to wait. But before I disappear into the ether, though I'd like to reiterate some of Omegon's points. Chantal, we only flag pedos on this platform. We don't flag people because they made a reaction response to you. At least ALR sees the monetary benefit of it. Capitalism, baby! Stop behaving like an oversized, gravy-covered baby. Ooh, now I'm a bit hungry. And pack up your crap, lardy lady. But ladies and gents, that's all we have time for today. I know, you'll miss me. Go and subscribe to Biggest Mikey, Michael BePetty, not Omegon. Links in the description. Omegon's terrible Cthulhu-kin person thing and smells like lobster thermidor. Music video coming soon. And subscribe for the terrible content that Alex makes on a regular. Smash like, buy merch and subscribe. Now get out of my house, get off my estate. I need to wash the seawater out of my fur before it becomes matted. Cheerio!